Hi, my name is Lauren, and today I will show you how to create interactive timelines using Timeline Creator for iPad. Let's get started. When we open Timeline Creator, we get a list of all the timelines we've created. Since we haven't created any timeline yet, this page is empty. So let's tap on the plus button and create a timeline. The first thing you need to do is to add a title of our timeline. I want to create a timeline of the life of the Italian painter and inventor Leonardo da Vinci. So I'll type in Leonardo da Vinci. Next, we need to decide the granularity of the dates in the timeline. This is the format we will use to enter the dates for all the events in the timeline. Since it's hard to know exact date and time of day for events in the life of Da Vinci, I will just select year. Now, we will set the start date and end date of our timeline. Da Vinci was born in 1452 and died in 1519, so let's select these years as the start and end dates of the timeline. To easily select dates in the distant pasts, the year selector is split into centuries and years. So we select 14 as the century and the year 52, and 15 for the century and year 19 for the end date. The last thing I do before pressing the Create button is to add an image for the timeline. I will select this famous self-portrait of Leonardo da Vinci. The image will automatically center, but we can just adjust the image by dragging it up and down. This looks alright, then I press the Create button. Okay, we are now on the timeline page. If you ever want to change any of the timeline properties we just set, you can tap the header of the timeline. And the timeline properties will come slide down. We don't need to make any changes, so we just press cancel. Okay, now it's time to add some events. To create an event, you tap on the plus button in the top right corner and select Event in the drop-down menu. I want to add an event about the Mona Lisa, so I enter Mona Lisa as the title. Next, I will select the year he started painting the portrait, which is 1503. Notice that we no longer have the separate century and year selectors, but only have one list of years. This is because events are constrained by the start and end dates of the timeline. And since this timeline is spanning less than 100 years, it's quite easy to select the correct year with only one list. We also want to add an end date, and we set the end date to 1506. As with the timeline, we can also add a picture to the event. I have a picture of the Mona Lisa here, so I will use that. Then I'll position the image by sliding it down. And we are done! When we create an event, we are automatically brought into the event page. Here, we can add more information about the event using text, pictures, video and audio. If we tap the edit icon in the top right corner, the edit icon changed to the add icon. Tapping the add icon, we get a drop-down menu of various elements we can add to the event. I want to add some text from Wikipedia, so I just switch to Safari and mark the text I want to use, and copy to the clipboard. Now I select text from a drop-down menu, and I just paste in the text. The text is too long for this text box, but I can easily edit the size of a text box by dragging one of the blue dots. We can change the properties of a text, like font style and colour, in the bottom menu. I will post a separate video on events and all the possibilities you have in the event editor. For now, I'll just finish the editing by tapping the Done button in the top left corner and click the Back button to return to the timeline. Here we see the Mona Lisa event has appeared in our timeline. I will quickly add some more events so I can show you the cool pan and zoom functions we have in the timeline. Okay. You can pan the timeline by swiping with one finger, and zoom in and out by pinching with two fingers. When zooming out, the events will come closer together, and if they collide, they will stack on top of each other. If a stack becomes too high for the screen, it will minimize some of the events by removing the event picture. The event pictures will show again when zooming in again. If you want to open an event, you just tap on the event square. You can also step between events by pressing the back and forward buttons in the lower left and right corners. This will change directly to the next or previous event. Okay, now I'll close the event. And close the timeline by pressing the back button in the left upper corner. We can now see the icon for the timeline we've just created, with the picture and title we selected, and the total number of events in the timeline. Thank you for watching this introduction to Timeline Creator for iPad. There are still a lot of features I want to show you, so subscribe to this channel and you will get notified every time we post a new video.